Well, we can get started, and if anybody else wants to join in afterwards, I can let them in and they'll be put on mute automatically. Wanted to thank everybody for joining us today. We have a special webinar outside of our normal supplier webinars that we do every week. Gemline is the sponsor for this month's marketing content on your websites, which is Products with a Purpose. And I want to go ahead and get started by showing you on your websites where you can find the information that Gemline is sponsoring this month. I don't know if you can see. Why is it? Do you guys see a blank white screen?
Blank right now.
Let me try something else. There, that's better. All right. So on the homepage of all of your websites, you've got this banner that scrolls across that starts you off with the Products with a Purpose page. You can also get to it from the Idea Center menu at the top by clicking on Products with a Purpose, or in this little banner over here on the right. If you go to Products with a Purpose, this is where you'll find all the featured content. We've got a little bit of information here at the top, and then it jumps right into the 6 different brands that Gemline is sponsored with this month. All these brands have give back programs, which Gemline and Moleskine will talk to us about here in just a few minutes. If you go into each of these brands, there is a product collection that your clients can shop from right from your webpage. All of the featured content for each of those. And then the other thing you have on here is under lookbooks, there is a flip book for each of the brands. So you click on here for Brand the World. And you've got a easily flippable book that's got lots more ideas and little bits of information about each of the brands that are featured in this month's campaign. Very nicely put together by our marketing department.
That's great.
So with that being said, I would like to turn it over to Deshaun Diggs and Billy Martin from Gemline, and we've got Mariella from Moleskine, who's one of the featured partners this month. So you guys can go ahead and share your screen if you need to, and I'll turn it over to you.
Awesome. This is Deshaun here. Thank you guys for taking the time to allow us to share out. We're excited about the brands and the give back story. It's certainly resonating in the marketplace, and we're excited to have, as Melissa shared with you, Moleskine, who's going to kick things off with us, and Mariella Lopez is one of their team leads, and she's going to run through her presentation first, highlighting some different things around Moleskine and their give back story. And then after that, myself and Billy will run through some things on the Gemline side of it and kind of highlighting all of the brands, and then a little bit of a why Gemline story that's a little unique and different right now. So with that, Mariella.
Hi, everyone. I hope you can hear me. Okay, this is the first time that I use Google Meets, so I'm trying to see how to share my presentation.
So down at the bottom, Mariella, there's a little box with an arrow that points upwards.
Yes.
Click on that, and then click on your entire screen.
Okay, that's the key. I thought I could just show the PowerPoint.
You can click on a window, and then it'll allow you to choose your presentation.
That's so weird. That's not showing up. Okay, I'm just gonna show the entire screen. So you're gonna see everyone. You're gonna see yourself. Okay.
Looks like it's going now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you see?
Yep, there you go.
We see it.
Perfect. Excellent. So, hi everyone. Like Deshaun said, my name is Mariela. I'm from Moleskine. I'm very happy to have the opportunity to present here today in front of everyone. I'm going to try to keep this as quick and short as possible. You are going to see a lot of information, but don't worry about it. I'm going to share everything. I'm going to share this presentation with you just so you have time to read it on your own time and digest it. But basically, the structure that I have in mind for today is to talk a little bit about our brand. Then we're going to jump into the Moleskine Foundation, which is one of the main topics for today. And then I'm going to close it with just a few of the collections that we have. Some are new, some other collections you are very familiar with them, I hope. So I'm just going to start now with a little bit of our brand. Um, Moleskine is a cultural brand, and we are grounded. It's grounded in intangible values that truly set the brand apart from the competition. These values they provide our competitive advantage, which is the meaningful relationships and interactions that we create with our core audience and the extended audience, the new audience, throughout all of our touch points. That could be our retail stores where we have special events. That could be obviously our e-commerce, B2B, which is what we're doing here, and of course our wholesale. We are devoted to envisioning, designing, and commercializing objects. We don't call them products, we call them objects that create kind of like a vehicle for creativity and imagination. Obviously, our most well-known product or object is the black notebook, which I hope that everyone in this call is very familiar with it. We're going to show it later in the presentation, but that is obviously our bread and butter. We're a global company. We're very well known here in the Americas, where we have the office in New York. I'm located in New York, in EMEA and APAC as well. We have stores around the world and obviously the large online community. What you see at the bottom of this slide is our manifesto, or I should say part of our manifesto. Unleash the human genius through hands on paper to empower creativity and knowledge in each individual and around the world. So this is pretty much what I just mentioned, but a little bit concise. And if you go on our website, you can see the entire manifesto. It's much longer, but I thought this was the most important part for this presentation. Oops. Sorry about that. So now I'm not going to go over this entire slide. Like I said, I'm going to share with you, but I wanted to give you a snapshot of our brand values and the key pillars. Brand values, we have talent. We truly value creativity and imagination. Exploration, curiosity drives us as a brand. And authenticity, everyone is unique and your experiences and your journey is unique as well. Then, if we go to the brand pillars, these pillars are the themes that resonate really well with our audience. We have culture. We are a brand. Moleskine is a brand that tells a story and connects our audience with art, literature, and like I said, exploration. Then we have imagination. All of our collections, all of the objects that we offer our audience, they are open platforms. We call them the book yet to be written because we want our audience to fill in the pages with their own journey. Memory, we want you to collect memories and help you organize not only your working life, but also what you're truly passionate about. Then we have travel, we celebrate travel, culture, exploration, and we want to be part of that journey, whatever the journey means to you. And then we have personal identity. Um, all of the Moleskine objects, they become an integral part of your own personality and your journey. So now I'm going to jump into the Moleskine Foundation. I'm going to go through a couple of slides with a lot of information. I'm going to share this with you. But basically, the Moleskine Foundation is a nonprofit organization that delivers programs to unlock creativity, skills in youth and communities. The idea is to enable positive social transformation through creativity. So as you can see, there's a theme between the brand and the foundation as well. They're very well connected. The mission of the foundation is, it's called Creativity for Social Change. The foundation believes that creativity and quality education are key to producing positive change in society. It's also a way to, I would say, reduce inequalities and drive the collective future. The purpose is to inspire, encourage, and connect young people. So everyone that participates on the programs that the foundation offers, they're more on the youth and young people. And yeah, the idea is to inspire and encourage them to transform themselves and their communities through creativity. There are different programs and initiatives that they offer. The way that the Moleskine Foundation chooses where to work is based on three main criteria. One is relevance and inclusivity. The next one would be marginalized communities. I'm going to show a map where you can see where they have initiatives, and it will give you a better idea of what I'm talking about. And then partnerships. The Moleskine Foundation partners with cultural and education organizations around the world. And usually these organizations are rooted in their communities, and they are truly capable of affecting change locally in a way that we would not be able to do it without them. So in this slide, there's a little bit more information of the foundation, who we are, why we exist, why they decided to start the foundation. Like I said, I'm going to share this with you so you can see it on your own time. And on this slide, you can see the organizations that endorsed the Moleskine Foundation. We have United Nations, UNESCO, World Economic Forum, just to mention a few. This is the map that I mentioned before. Here you can see the countries that they reached, where they have initiatives, and how many cultural organizations support the Moleskine Foundation. This is the program that we have with Gemline. We started it back in July. We launched it in June, but we would say July. And it's truly unique in terms of for the sale of each unit of the art collection. And I'm going to show that collection in a second. For each unit, then we sell $1 is donated to the Moleskine Foundation. We don't keep anything from that dollar. That dollar goes straight to the foundation and their initiatives. The card that you see here at the bottom is what we put inside the objects that we ship. It could be the sketchbook, the sketch pattern. I'm going to show that in a second. But the idea for with that is that the recipient knows that that is not just a sketchbook or a coloring kit. It's much more than that, because it's truly giving back to the community. Now I'm going to jump into the Moleskine collection. The first one, as I just mentioned, is the art collection. These are the three SKUs that we have as part of this program. We have the sketch pad, sketchbooks. It comes in 2 different sizes and 2 different colors, black and blue, and then the coloring kit. All of these, you can get it through Gemline. The art collection, the idea is to provide a creative outlet in many forms. And I think that after the 18 months that everyone is having, we all need an outlet for our creativity and imagination and have a break from real life sometimes. The art collection, all of the objects are a blank space to fill in with. It could be sketches, drawing, ideas, meeting notes, whatever it is that they want to use. And it's just portable. They can take it wherever they go, whenever they want. The next collection that I want to touch upon is the classic collection. This is our bread and butter, like I said at the beginning. I hope that everyone in this call is used to this collection. It comes in many different colors, many different sizes, hardcover, soft cover, different page layouts. Gemline has access to the entire assortment. And just the concept is this is the air of all the creative thinkers from the past. And this is what started Moleskine and what people truly know Moleskine from. And then the last one, which is very exciting, is the passion journals. The passion journals, they have different themes. And each one of the themes here, you can see a little bit of the inside. It has very structured pages. And the idea is to help you log and document different parts of your journey. And then at the end of the day, these passion journals, they become this kind of your personalized record of your favorite hobbies and passions. So these three were in Gemline's assortment for a long time: travel, wellness, and wine. And then we just released last month these three new themes, which are book, recipe, and TV and film, which I'm sure that with all, I'm sure that with all the Netflix shows and HBO, which is coming up with such amazing product. This is perfect to just keep track of them because sometimes there's so many that it's a little bit confusing. Here is an example of the inner pages that I was telling you about for these three new themes. And yeah, that's it. The last slide that I wanted to share with you, this is what we call the word cloud. And these are words that resonate really well with our brand. And I truly hope if you want to print it, if you want to save it, but I hope that whenever you are meeting with a client or there's a project coming up, if you hear any of these words, you think about Moleskine. So that's it for me. Thank you so much. I hope everyone could hear me well. And of course, if you have any questions for me or for Gemline, I am happy to answer them now or later, whenever you want.
All right. Well, thank you, Mariella. We appreciate you sharing that the insight there in regards to Moleskine. And they've been wonderful partners with Gemline for many years now. And the relationship just keeps evolving and growing. And, the fact that they do have a foundation now, we're seeing and hearing more and more requests for those types of things. So we're excited to be able to partner with them on that. And, those collections that you showed there at the end are certainly resonating in the marketplace. And, they keep adding to those passion journals from wine to food to different things. Now you got books and movies and themes there with that, but very relevant in the marketplace there with that. So again, Mariella, thank you for your time. And we'll do something fun at the end as far as like a raffle that we'll do. You can pick a Moleskine product or any other product in our assortment there with that. So, but with that, we'll transition over to the Gemline presentation and run through here. We probably got 15 more minutes of some of your time that we'll go through, and then there'll be time for questions there. But Melissa introduced us earlier, but I'm our vice president of our strategic account team. Been at Gemline for about 16 years. Fortunately, I've been able to work with the AIA community for most of the time I've been at Gemline, and I'm based in Kansas City. And Billy Martin is a senior strategic account executive that works on my team and is focused on AIA and working with you guys. And he's new to Gemline, but not new to the industry. And we're happy to have him on the team and focused on your business there. So today, there's the agenda. What we're going to cover in our time is we're going to go over some of the brands that are in our portfolio. You've heard the Moleskine story, but we'll highlight and share what other brands are a part of the collection. And then we'll spend some time specifically, as Melissa highlighted, the brands that give back and that are featured in the campaign that we're running with you all. And then Billy will touch base around some things around corporate social responsibility, and some of that kind of ties and plays back into the give back story that we're focused on. And then lastly, I'll spend a little bit of time jumping in, just highlighting why you guys are a partner, why Gemline is a partner that you can lean into in Q4 and certainly beyond.
Thank you, everybody. So as Sean said, my name is Billy. I want to spend a little bit of time today, obviously, speaking about brands that we think a great deal of, that have partnered with us and are doing things that are socially responsible and giving back to communities. But prior to getting into that, what we understand here at Gemline, based on what we see with business and what's happening in the marketplace and companies these days, brands are very, very important. They're resonating at many levels. Gemline has a good, better, best proposition of products that we bring to market. As you can see, the 7 brands that we have that are house brands and almost 20 brand partners above. 5 new brand partners have been brought in this year. We're finding that regardless of higher price points, perhaps, that they may carry in the marketplace against competitors, people know these brands, and companies seem to want to partner with them and align with them for internal and external marketing, communication projects, sales events, whether it's sales meetings. I think what's happening a little bit too is with the hybrid model that we now have in the marketplace, where we've got still probably 30% of the people working at home. There's a lot to do with retention. There's a lot to do to make sure that people feel included. There's a lot going on where people are basically giving products now, understanding that the folks that are getting them have all the products that they want in their house because they purchased them. So by giving brands that they know and they understand and they believe in, companies are definitely aligning with them as partners, as part of a lot of the branding programs that they're putting out in the marketplace right now. So we're really excited about the 6 brands I'm going to talk about in a moment. But along with them, all of these brands we find continually to grow business with us and with our AIA partners, owners, as well as their clients. The 6 brands that we have today, again, as Deshaun had said and Mariella, we're really focusing on giving back. And as I had said, just in general with brands, a give back proposition is something that's incredibly important, I think, to everybody. Companies want to align themselves with brands that are doing the right thing. That could be with what they're giving back to communities, and that can also play a part with what they're doing with where they're sourcing products, what types of products are using, are they recycled, are they not, are they using natural products? People really want to embrace what's right in the environment and what these companies are doing and how they're giving back. And I normally don't get very deep into what the programs are, but I'm going to go just a little level below so that perhaps when you meet with your clients, you have some talking points that are really understandable and make sense when you talk about give back. MIR's involved in so many projects that it's hard to count them. There's actually 82 of them in 26 countries, and they've granted over $2.5 million to these various projects. They take 3% of their revenue and they give it back. I'll just highlight a couple of them. One is called Clean Water Program. Obviously, clean water is something that's essential in a lot of emerging countries around the world. That's something that they've taken a really big interest in and I think are doing a great job. One other that I picked I just thought was very, very interesting. I think that being active and having a healthy lifestyle is good for us. It's good for us emotionally. It's good for us physically. And they've done a project called Bike Works, where they're getting bikes in the hands of all kinds of people. They're donating bikes, they're fixing up bikes for redistribution, but in particular, they're teaching our youth that it's a wonderful way of transportation and it's healthy and it's a great lifestyle. The other interesting thing about Mir is they have a give back code. If you turn over their product and you look on the bottom, you can access their website, and there'll actually be a code that you can type in, and you can see where the money went for the program that was bought for the distribution that you end up having for the product that you have. So I think that's aligning people really closely with the give back. It's really wonderful. We see that brand selling incredibly well, and I think part of it is just that positioning. Corkcicle has taken an all-in approach to clean and safe drinking water. It's really incredible to hear this, but 785 million people do not have access to clean, safe, healthy drinking water. It's astonishing to live here in America and to hear that. So obviously they're taking small bites at a time. It's going to take I think a long time, but certainly an incredibly important avenue to go down when you're giving back as far as the health of people in this world. As it pertains to health as well, Soapbox also understands very, very well that good hygiene and health go hand in hand. I'll share something with you that's interesting. 2 out of 5 reasons for the death of children under 5 are actually diarrhea, excuse the verbiage, but it's diarrhea and it's respiratory problems. And they found that with clean hygiene, you can basically reduce the death rate by 50% for respiratory problems and 33% with stomach problems. So Soapbox has done an amazing job, and they have donated at this point over 5 million bars of soap. And I think that, again, just the thought of that by thinking people don't have soap for proper hygiene and they're losing their lives over it, to me is catastrophic. I think it's an incredible undertaking. I'm really proud to be associated with something like that. Modern Sprout, they've taken a little different approach. They look at the earth through people, plants, and planet. And the way they've approached that is they've basically taken marginalized citizens in various capacities and tried to support them with financial resources. They've also looked at plants. Bees are the keystone species for life. And so they're trying to ensure that we continue to make sure that bees don't end up vacating the earth, because it will dramatically change everything that we do. And then as far as the earth, they're planting a tree for every tree sold. So I think that's also an incredibly interesting approach, holistic approach to giving back. Slow Tide, they are involved, again, similar to Mir. They have lots of different outlets for the way that they want to give back and try and make sure that the community is safe and healthy. They'll give blankets to the Salvation Army. They're involved in social awareness and justice. They're feeding Americans that can't be fed. And they also spend a lot of time, as do other brands, with making sure that the products that they have come from the right places, they're managed properly, they're handled the right way. So there's lines of process from where cotton's picked for their cotton blankets, and all of their fleece is all recycled bottles. So they're looking at it from 2 different ways, from a sustainability, environmental, and give back. The other thing I did want to also mention, just with Moleskine, Mariella did a nice job just talking about the foundation, but they're also on the Forest Stewardship Council. So they basically are compliant with all Prop 65 out of California, which regards safety, environmental impact of materials. I think that's also important. So it's interesting that the brands that we align with, not only do they give back, but they look at where product comes from and how it's made and who's handling it. I think all of that is an amazing story to tell your clients. And again, as we see just from sales, all of these brands continue to index up. And I really believe it's because of these stories and the time and the resources that go into the quality of the materials that they're using for the products.
Now I was just going to jump back in and spend just a moment on Mir. Billy did a nice job of explaining. But one thing just to point out, Mir has primarily been around for about 10 years out of the Seattle market in the Northwest, and they were primarily a drinkware company. And they're a project company. They're B Corp certified, and 3% of their top line revenue goes to specific causes. And their 3 main pillars is building stronger communities, clean water, and education. And all those things really, really are resonating in the marketplace right now. And as Billy said, if you look in the bottom right, when you flip the drinkware over, you can see that personal give code that is there. And you can go to mirror.com/give, and it will share in real time with pictures and other things, where is that 3% actually being applied. So it can be a Boys and Girls Club in downtown Milwaukee, or it can be a clean water project in Honduras. So it really covers the gamut. But the other thing that's unique here with that, they are a drinkware company, but they like how we went to market as far as designing product, building product, and they asked us, so they trusted us with their brand to start building out cut and sew products. So what you see in the top left, there now we have an assortment of backpacks, pouches, tote bags that are all under the Mirror umbrella. And just as you see on the drinkware on the bottom, we built that personal give code is right inside on the product. But it's just a wonderful relationship there with that. And I just wanted to highlight a little more details around this one. But again, we'll share this presentation out. We encourage you guys to get to know the stories behind each of the brands because, you know, what your clients may not know, you can share. And it's we found it's really resonating, and buying decisions are actually being made not only on the brand, but also on the story.
You know, it's important for Gemline as well. We have corporate strategic pillars that we work towards all the time. So along with the brands that we're showing here that have kind of marching orders for how they're going to come to market and what's important to them, we do as well. One of them is environmental stewardship. And we're really extremely proud that 0% waste to landfill from Gemline right now. It's an incredible undertaking. And I'm really, really proud of that. We also have ethical business practices. So 100% of our top tier suppliers completed a social accountability audit. Again, just another tier for responsibility that we think is incredibly important. Charitable giving, that's something that we do here in our community and beyond. And we've donated over $500,000 to community organizations, as well as diversity, equity, and inclusion. That's something that's become more and more important day to day here. We actually have a group that meets all the time. We're constantly looking at it. We want to ensure that we offer opportunity to everyone. And that's something that I think has made Gemline what it is. If you come here and you visit and you walk around our building, we have people from all faces of the earth. And English is not the first language for everyone. And it's an incredible, dynamic, diverse way to bring product to market. And for me, it's exciting. I really enjoy the opportunity to work in that type of environment. As well, environmental stewardship, again, incredibly important to us here at Gemline. So we joined a movement to build a sustainable future. So we become a certified member of the Massachusetts Sustainable Business Leader Program. So we're involved with other companies here in Massachusetts to make sure that we're all kind of moving in the right direction when it comes to a sustainable future. Working with UPS, we've joined their carbon neutral program, which I think is fantastic. We've expanded our sustainable product offerings through 2021, and we're going to continue to launch sustainable products. We're constantly looking at how we can use recyclable materials, make sure things aren't going in landfills, using all the material that we have so nothing goes to waste. We actually have some products that we're building now that are scrap material, if you will, from other cut and sew projects that we've had. Reducing our carbon footprint is really cool. We just got approval recently to put solar panels on our headquarters in Lawrence. So within a few years, we'll be down to probably 40% electric. And then within probably 4 or 5 years, we're going to be giving electricity back to the grid. Just fantastic. So again, we're really all involved in the same types of ways that these 6 brand partners are. So the alliances are great. And it's really exciting to see what's happening with the growth of their businesses, because we believe as they do in the way to come to market.
And just to add to that, so we haven't always shared and been as transparent with some of these things that Billy just mentioned to you, but we are going to do a report and a share out that we can send as a follow-up to you. And again, some customers may care, some may not, but we want to be transparent and sharing what we are doing to make the world a better place, and how we can engage and how we can partner in on some of these different things that are important to us that may be important to your clients as well. So now I just wanted to take the next couple slides just to highlight a few things. As the Gemline story, it's a little bit different. It's a little unique right now. There's a lot of chaos in the marketplace, and a lot of it stems around supply chain challenges as well as inventory challenges. And here, really, we just want to give you guys a little bit of perspective for where we are as it relates to from an inventory perspective. And at the end of the day, you can have wonderful products, you can have wonderful brands, products that give back, but if you don't have the stock, it's not going to win at the end of the day. And what we've done is taken a really aggressive stance as a company. I would date us back to about 18 months where we've had continued sales growth. And I share that with you because it's allowed us to identify what categories, what collections, what specific SKUs are driving the growth. And what we did is back in 2020 is we doubled down before Chinese New Year and really were aggressive in those specific categories, be it drinkware, be it food, be it lifestyle gifts, be it insulated coolers. And in those specific categories, instead of having maybe normally 3 to 4 months worth of supply on hand, we have 6 to 8 months of supply on hand. And what that has allowed us to do is be in stock when you guys are looking for specific things, and be a reliable resource for you guys to kind of just tap into, lean into. And on the shelf and what we have in transit, it's really positioned us well. And about 90% of our receipts now we're bringing through the Port of New York versus going through Long Beach or in the Pacific Northwest. And it's allowed us to float the goods in. And if we run into a scenario or situation, it's been minimized to about maybe a week or 2 weeks worth of delays versus 6 to 8 weeks worth of what you're seeing at the Long Beach port there. So we should be in a great position to kind of help you guys out. And then further to this, there's a lot on here, but I'll just highlight quickly. And I just want to make sure you guys, hopefully the message, it resonates in, because there's, like I said, a lot of chaos in the marketplace. But from a lead time perspective, we've worked with our production team and we are honoring standard lead times. And we also have our fast track service available as well. So we're taking orders up until 9 o'clock at night. And we'll ship it out the next day or the day after. Or our standard lead time is running around 5 business days on that. So it's the product, the staff, it's there. So it's one thing, as I said, to have inventory, but now we can produce it and get it out. And then from our workforce standpoint, never in my 16 years that I've been at Gemline have I really engaged with all of our larger national accounts about staffing. But it's certainly resonating and it's important right now because in certain parts of the country, it's hard to get people to work. And when Billy touched on just the other slide about the give back and what we're doing, all of that's really local. That $500,000 that we're giving back, but it's built us up, and we have built a really strong relationship and rapport with the people in the community of Lawrence, Massachusetts, outside of Boston. And it's become a destination where people want to come and they want to work. And then we've also compensated with a couple different raises for our production staff, and to the tune of about 12% increase in wages there. But it allows them to come to work, feel good about where they're working, and we can handle the demand that's coming in. And then also with the third shift we started up last week, it's important that I point that out because we have it and we're working through. We have people working on the late shift that have been managers and worked in other roles, but it's added about 15 to 18% capacity in what we can get done and get shipped out. And then we staffed up not only on the production floor, but also in the office. And we've heard from our clients that we have a team of customer service reps, inside sales reps that are answering the phone. And that's been a challenge out in the marketplace, but we will continue to staff up and make sure we're there to support those needs. And we've, to handle the demand, we've reinvested in an additional building for our warehouse to handle all of that inventory that I had mentioned on the previous slide. And again, the additional investment has also gone into equipment. And I touched on drinkware, insulated coolers, food, and lifestyle gifts. We've remanaged our warehouse. We bought in additional machines to handle the laser engraving on the drinkware, and then also built out a special pack out area. The days of doing one color screen prints on totes, most of it's kitted goods, it's fulfillment of goods, it's taking retail brands that have retail packaging that we have to unpackage, decorate, and then repackage to send out to your customers. So lots going on with Gemline, but again, I wanted to share the insights here because we are staffed up, we are equipped with inventory and people to manage the demand that hopefully we can work through together. So with that, brings us to the conclusion of the insights, the information that we were sharing around our brands and our brands that have a give back, as well as what Gemline is doing to be involved and engaged from a corporate social responsibility standpoint. And then you got some insights around how we're positioned in the marketplace. And hopefully from that information, from the insights, you guys will see that the story is a little bit different from Gemline, and we are ready to lock arms and kind of dig in for the balance of 2021 and then start building momentum as we move into 2022. So again, we thank you for your time. And then here we are going to do a raffle. And Melissa, I don't know if you can maybe off the names of people that are on, we wanted to pick 2 different people that are on the call, and whoever is selected, I'm not involved in this piece of it, but you guys can certainly peruse our website, pick any product on the website for your choice or your liking for personal use or something to share with your client. But we'll get that product ordered and sent out to you here in the near future.
I'll send you the attendee list, Sean, or Deshaun, and we can figure out who wins.
All right, that sounds good. And then I don't know if we have a moment for if there's any questions or anything there with that. We can certainly do that now. If there are any questions, or certainly, or you can email either myself or Billy. If you have Moleskine questions, you can direct those to myself and Billy, or you can send those directly to Melissa as well, and she'll socialize those out with us, and we'll follow up with you guys in short order in regards to any of the questions that may be out there.
Lots of positive comments in the chat box. Thanks a lot. It's awesome that you guys are forward thinking. Bring on the creativity.
I like it.
Thanks for having us, Melissa.
Thank you so much for taking your
Thank
time, and
you.
Mariella for presenting on Moleskine. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
And we'll be following up with additional insights content with some of the other brand partners Melissa and team have been sending out, but more to come on that through the balance of this week and next week. So we'll keep dripping that information out, but you take it, use it, share it, all of that stuff. It's really, really good tools and insights, and the presentation to be forwarded on as well. So again, thank you guys. We appreciate your time.
Thanks.
Thanks, everybody.